Now at 6, the Boeing machinist strike continues for another day after the union rejected Boeing's last offer. We have the latest.
And the principal of Gresham High School resigns a month after a student brought a gun on campus. Thomas Schultz is live with more on what's next for the school.
And you might not think of these bats as the belle of the ball, but others might disagree with you. We'll tell you about a national beauty contest these Oregon bats have won for the last 2 years. KGW News at Sunrise starts right now. Bats and beauty contest is something I never thought would be in the same sentence with each other, but here we are. It's 2024, people. We want to thank you for joining us on your Thursday here. We have Ashley Grahams with us on the desk. Chris McGinnis is going to have a look at your traffic. We do have a traffic alert we need to let you know about, but first, let's take a look at weather.
I've not won a beauty contest in my entire life. Surprised?
So surprised!
I thought she would be, yes. All right, here's the Wells Fargo Tower camera. You can see the fog is starting to increase. What's happening is the temperature is going down, starting to collide with the dew points, and you start to get fog. This is the first time this fall that PDX has dipped below 40. So there you see it, 39 degrees is our temperature. And we do have some spots, Battleground, McMinnville, down in Corvallis, that have all made it down to freezing. Remember, we have that frost advisory for spotty, frosty locations this morning. So coats on, if you will. This will be a nice day, though. Mostly sunny, low 50s at noon, and we get up to about 61 degrees at 5 p.m. Here's Chris.
Rod, we've got fog and a traffic alert on the Interstate Bridge. Southbound I-5 right now, washed out, dealing with a disabled vehicle. There you can see the flashing lights off in the distance. The right lane has been blocked for about 15 minutes, and look at what it's doing to the drive right now on I-5 South. We are plugged up back past Mill Plain all the way back to SR 500 in the fog. This is the one big slow spot on the freeway right now. We're looking at almost 30 minutes now to get you in from Main Street. China, we'll keep you posted on this.
Thank you, Chris. And now at 6, Portland police are searching for the driver who investigators believe ran over a woman in Southeast Portland. This happened just after 1:30 this morning at the intersection of Southeast Stark and 99th. Portland police say a woman was clinging to the outside of a moving vehicle, fell off, and was run over. The driver left the scene. We don't have a description yet of the car, but the woman was taken to the hospital with life-threatening injuries. We'll continue to update you as we learn more about this story.
And tens of thousands of Boeing machinists remain on strike this morning after rejecting the company's latest contract offer. Their union says 64% of members voted against it. We reached out to Boeing, who had no comment on the vote. Stay with us. We'll have more on why machinists voted against the new contract and what comes next at 5:30. In our top story right now at 6, a shakeup at Gresham High School after the principal announced she's stepping down.
This comes after a year of ongoing concerns with student safety. Our Thomas Schultz joins us now from Gresham High with a reaction and next steps. Good morning, Thomas.
Hey, good morning, Ashley and China. And yeah, the Gresham Teachers Union says that they acknowledge the resignation in a statement amidst growing safety concerns from both students and staff. And this comes as they also say they recognize the importance of a safe environment and are working with the school district to ensure that at Gresham High. In September, police say a 17-year-old pointed a gun at a pedestrian outside Gresham High School before then bringing the gun onto campus. Administrators did not place the school on lockdown, which is a decision students, staff, and parents all questioned at the time. Officials say they used surveillance video to identify the student, isolating him until police arrived. Now, in a message to families on Wednesday, Principal Erica Bedeau-Whitlock wrote in part, quote, "Underlying tensions impacting our school cannot be resolved with me as its principal," leading to her decision to step down. And these issues are not new here at Gresham. Safety concerns have been going on for more than a year here at the high school. Now, Bedeau-Whitlock says she'll stay on as principal until November 8th to ensure a smooth transition to new leadership.
Thomas, before we let you go here, I think a lot of us want to know, how are the students feeling about this move?
Yeah, well, China, students seem to agree with teachers on this. There's a student petition that was going around with almost 400 signatures urging Bedeau-Whitlock to step down. Students I spoke to yesterday say, look, they are in favor of this move and they think it's for the best. Guys.
Thomas, live in Gresham today. Thank you. Today, hundreds of teachers across Greater Albany Public Schools will hold a strike authorization vote for the first time in 40 years. The union representing Albany teachers have been in negotiations with the district for about 8 months. They say the district is not agreeing to key student safety protections. In a statement earlier this month, the district said it was open to communication and bargaining with the union. The vote begins today and runs until next Tuesday, October 29th.
The family of 3 people killed in a Northeast Portland apartment fire back in 2021 have settled a wrongful death lawsuit with the property owners for nearly $13 million. The fire broke out early morning July 4th of 2021 at the Heidi Manor Apartments. 3 people died, either in the fire or injuries caused by it. Another person was seriously hurt after jumping from a window. Investigators later determined that the fire was caused by fireworks in a dumpster. Clark County has agreed to pay $1.5 million to the family of a man shot and killed by Clark County deputies. Kevin Peterson Jr. was shot and killed in 2020 during a failed drug sting. The sheriff's office says Peterson fired at deputies first, though an independent investigation found no evidence of that. A Pierce County prosecutor later determined that the police shooting was justified and the deputies weren't charged. Then yesterday, Clark County agreed to settle the civil claim. Current Clark County Sheriff John Horch stood by his deputies in a statement saying, quote, "While the loss of life is always tragic, I fully support the actions of my deputies who acted in accordance with their training and the law to protect themselves and our community."
Have struck a Clark County neighborhood again. This surveillance video is from Sophie Dudash in the Orchards area, who says her home was hit around 8 last night for the second time. Dudash says vandals first hit over the weekend, with the suspects destroying her giant skeleton and slashing inflatables. We've reached out to the sheriff's office to see where that investigation stands. No word this morning on if other properties were damaged.
This afternoon, Portland Mayor Ted Wheeler will give his State of the City address. He'll reflect on his time in office and share his vision for the city of Portland. It's important to note here that the mayor is not currently running to be Portland's next mayor.
And with just over a week until the election, some voters in Clackamas County have discovered an issue with their ballot return envelopes. The elections office says they've received at least 4 reports of envelopes being sealed. County Clerk Catherine McMullen says sometimes mail in Oregon gets damp and seals itself. She recommends people reopen the envelope, put the completed ballot inside, and then tape it shut. If you can't do that, she says voters can go to the elections office and grab one or request a replacement ballot with a new envelope.
Whenever you do get a replacement ballot, your first ballot is inactivated and then the second one becomes your active ballot. So there's no way that you can vote twice.
And if you choose to get a replacement ballot in the mail, it must be mailed to you before October 31st. For more details, including information on election office hours, head over to KGW.com. And if you haven't mailed your ballot yet, we've got you covered. Just text the word VOTE to 503-226-5088. That number is on your screen. We'll text you back with a link to our voter's guide, including details on the big races and measures.
All right, before we get to Rod, let's check out this very, very cool haunted house in Northeast Portland. This is done by viewer Levi. They put on a different display every year, and this year's theme is Swamp Witch, which you can see and hear the witch, my pretty. If you want to check this out, this is on Northeast Holland Street in Portland near Woodlawn Elementary. I would have to say that is absolutely terrifying. And as a grown woman in her 30s, I would be crying alongside those 4-year-olds just as loud. That is amazing, the amount of work and effort and money that has gone into that to bring joy and tears to the kiddos. Man,
It's theme park worthy, right?
Oh yeah,
That's like
absolutely.
Professional work, yeah. Very impressive. All right, to go with the Halloween theme, how about a little bit of fog out there this morning? This is the view from our Wells Fargo Tower camera this morning. If you are just waking up, our #1 story at hand. The cold temperatures, 39, the first time we've been below 40 out of PDX so far this fall. We have fog pockets that are most noticeable over on the east side this morning. Troutdale, 0.25 visibility, a quarter of a mile starts the definition of dense fog. And then we have fog pockets down toward Albany and into Eugene. A little bit of fog also up around Astoria showing up in terms of widespread. Remember, the Weather Service had a frost advisory up for this morning. They still do. And it has been verified. There's Battleground 32. We were expecting spotty areas near freezing. Sherwood 33, Scappoose 34. McMinnville was 32 earlier. Now they're up to 35. Corvallis and Dallas right there. We're in the mid-30s in Kaiser and Salem this morning. So a coats on morning rather. And here's Zoe. This super cute dog. Look at that. That's Zoe. Use that hashtag KGW Dog of the Day you post on your social media channels. We'll find your photo and your dog will be our dog of the day. That's Zoe there, looking mighty proud this morning. Our forecast map, it is a dry day and generally speaking a sunny day with most areas looking at temperatures in the 50s from the coast to low 50s out across eastern Oregon. Portland and Salem each I think have a chance to get up to 60. Yeah, Portland 61, 64 tomorrow, all dry. Fingers crossed we're all dry through most of Friday evening for your activities as well. Then Friday overnight, rain at times Saturday. The more of a washout day is looking to be Sunday. That breaks into showers on Monday. Very wet weekend overall. Again, Sunday by far is worse than Saturday in terms of being out in the rain, if you will. That's a look at your forecast. Here's Chris.
So we will plan on not being out in the rain on Sunday. All right, you are stuck in the fog right now and a very slow traffic jam. This is I-5 at SR 500. You can see the lineup from SR 500. So the problem is a disabled vehicle on the interstate bridge. 30 minutes is now your commute time to get you in from Main Street. Again, washed out just showing up on the scene here in the last couple of minutes. This has taken quite a while to clear. You can see that southbound right lane is still blocked. So obviously you need extra time there. 205 at this point is wide open. We'll be right back.